it's going to be Dust2 Detona gaming up against Team Envy, currently 1-0 in Envy's favor, and obviously looking to keep their hopes alive to potentially get into the Pro League Finals.
And now we're on Dust2, as Davey was talking about. Pretty common ground, I guess you could say. Like, Envy's performed usually pretty decent on Dust2 in some of their online play. Obviously didn't get to play it yesterday. We did see Detona get the win over Singularity yesterday in a close game, 16-10. If a map that they feel pretty good on, so maybe that'll help them out, as they do need to fight back. Again, if you lose a series, you're out of the equation.
Well, PRT's out of the fight, at least in the first round. Nifty pushing up for so much information, is able to grab that information to know they can rotate player back in over towards middle. Even Nifty trying to fight in from behind at the same time. Som, thing is, when I think Dust2 and I think Team Envy, I think of Som. One of the first times, I think it was Tom and I casted him, he went completely off in his match.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, had a tougher time when it came into more of the team-oriented maps, but a very puggy style can work out, and Som already able to get 2 kills, get his first woo of the game done. I am also amazed that during that interview, he had no tips to give trash talkers out there.
I just don't think he's used to doing interviews. I think you got to give him some time, and then he'll kind of find his way. But that was a pretty brutal pistol round, to say the least. Very clean stuff there from Envy. A lot of chaotic, weird CS on Train, so it was kind of a change of pace to see a round kind of just go by like that. No bomb plane either, so no chance for that second round SG option. It was a flawless victory, wasn't it? All 5 kills? Wait, I don't think there was any kills from Detona.
I don't think so either.
So
I think you're right.
Blindingly fast action.
Kind of a change of pace from the last map.
Yeah.
But then again, that was only the first round. We still have a lot more to go, potentially, Dust.
Our luck, this will go to, what, like 31-28 in favor of Detona, so I'm at 3 after that. That's context order.
Why do you hate us?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, they do have the stack over towards B. They've lost out a couple different players, though. Som looking to hold on. He's got one more player towards tunnel to worry about, but in the meantime, Tiburcio was able to recover a weapon. He's able to put it into a realistic possibility for them to win the round. The bombs could be planted. He also has a nice little angle here on the Fugly, but unfortunately, Fugly will get the kill, and it comes down to Lucalzi in a 1-on-2. Only a Deagle in hand, but you know what? Low HP on Fugly. No utility used on the side of Envy. It's a very realistic possibility here.
Oh, he knows where one is, with the sounds of the FAMAS.
They don't have a kit.
Yep.
I mean, if they do, it's got to be in sight. Lucalzi just needs to buy time. He doesn't know that at the moment. Gets the first kill to Fugly, forces the 1v1. Coming over the top, it's going to be Ryan. And you know what? Ryan will get the kill, but it doesn't matter because the time has ticked away and the bomb will explode. And that will be Detona taking the second round without any SGs.
Yeah, I mean, in a 2-on-1 where you don't have kit already in your possession, the fact that they took that long to actually go for the play is kind of wild. Like, there was a kit down over towards tunnel's entrance, so that did give them kind of a little bit of a sense of security that, hey, you know, we can get to that kit, so that still gives us some time to defuse, but you still have to make your way to that kit, you know, and I think that they stalled for way too long on the retake there.
I mean, the thing is, Som did like a really good job of holding the B side, but losing that first gun, giving that over to Tiburcio, gave them that real solid chance, gave them that possibility, and that window was just completely opened wide.
Yeah.
Well, we're seeing the scout for Fugly, M4 for Ryan, and then pistols to back this up. Really unfortunate spot for Envy if they can't pick up this round. Let's see if they have a chance to get themselves back in it here. Obviously, a lot of morale built up after winning that first map. And of course, taking the pistol round so cleanly, but here we go. Detona going to be charging in towards the safe site. Ryan will be waiting, so luckily they do have a weapon in sight, but can they support him is going to be the real question. Well, it doesn't matter. You can see Tiburcio cleanly take his head right off, and that will be Detona taking the second round.
Yeah, so they kind of were in the force wars, right? I mean, obviously, Envy tried to force back up after winning pistol round and then losing that last one. Detona were built up off of the victory with pretty much a full buy. But the force from Envy in response has not panned out. The economic game of chicken has been lost. Though they are holding on to the Deagle, or now an SG, and the Scout of Fugly. And I think Fugly has a P250, so they actually still could, and Som has a Deagle, so they actually could still pose a decent threat next round. Like, obviously it's not going to be great, but yeah, they can put a little something together. As Jason steeps his tea and stares at me.
It's not the word I was going to use for it.
Yeah, but it was the polite one to use for air.
I think one sign for, I would say basically every team in Group A so far is The fact that we haven't had any like clean games really kind of worries me if when one of these teams make it through into the finals, because it's not like it's going to get easier, right? You're playing against the best in the world.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I mean, think about what happened to Daytona last season. I mean, they won their group, so they were first seeds, so they went straight to the EPL finals, and they got absolutely bombed on by Cloud9 and Heroic. They didn't win a single map. All the maps that they lost, I think they got only single digits. So yeah, it's something like that could be the problem. What can Envy do? What can they muster up? They were able to have the Deagle go over to Ryan. Som drop that, keeps onto the SG. Fugly has the Scout. So 3 basically weapons in play for Envy to try to make something with. Had the NOA boost there for a little bit.
That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah, it's not something you see very often in CSGO. At least not...
Whatever happened to Method, by the way?
I have no idea.
Or Dotem?
No clue.
I know where Rambo is.
Yeah. He's out there doing content, doing some casting here and there. Maybe get back into the coaching game at some point, we'll have to see. But nonetheless, we do have Detona getting full control of Long A and Pits. There are a couple players over towards Catwalk. We do still have Ryan hiding out here by Game Helper, but now he's been spotted and spammed down by Tiburcio and Turtle.
Oh, nice little tag at a Fugly. Gets the follow-up. That's a little unfortunate, but he still got some damage done, to be fair, considering they have limited weaponry into this round. Som's still in a position to make something happen, though, as this cross will be smoked off. He's actually going to push in towards the site. So playing a little bit of an off angle here. Will they expect, and they have a flank coming from behind Nifty. If Nifty can actually cause the distraction, Som could come through with a phenomenal couple of kills. Bomb going to be planted. Nifty picks up an SG as well. Nifty will unfortunately go down, and Som will get one. He will get a second as well. He does not have a kit on him. He's not to worry about VSM coming in from short. It doesn't matter. They at least make it costly nonetheless, but Detona will still have the 3-1 start.
Yeah, they were able to weather that storm of kind of the chaos of the first couple of rounds and come out on the better end. And as we get to these rounds, yeah, like one of the things that Davey brought up that I'm also curious about is how the defense is going to work out for Envy, because Android, again, was that B-side anchor on CT side, so it's a very big position to play. Will they just plug and play Ely? They try to do it on Ivy on Train. So we'll see if that's the case here. Indeed, it looks like that is the case. We do see Ely in the B-bomb site. In the meantime, PRT taking down Ryan over at Long A. So big opening kill there from Detona. A couple players now moving over towards those B tunnels. Still some presence outside long and in middle. Tiburcio kind of just boosted with the AWP. Watching for potential cat push, which might happen. Nifty does step out, and it's just far enough for Tiburcio to spot him out. So that's now going to be a 5-on-3. So the good times continue to roll here for the Brazilians.
I mean, they're going to the map of their choice. And if the thing is, if they take this map cleanly, like, you'll know in the back of their mind, they should be thinking to themselves, we could have this in a 2-0. Especially when it's on a map that they favor pretty well. Fortunately, that's going to be Fugly going down, and Detona having such a flawless round here. Really looking for a chance to build up a stable economy, which is something I don't think we've really been able to say for either of these teams across this match so far.
I mean, if we were worried about Daytona's mental fortitude, I think that some of those concerns are being alleviated. They're playing really well right here on Dust2. Seems like they've been able to shake off the marathon that was Train that they came out on the wrong end of the deal on. This round's already locked up as well, as we could just see Envy's 2 remaining members kind of fading back, looking to save these guns into the next round.
Ely won't be able to, unfortunately. Som, he's giving his position away, and you can already see Detona immediately all turning straight for this fight. They want to take this weapon out of his hands, and Som is just looking to hope to escape. Good actually smoke off to block in towards T-spawn, but unfortunately there's just too many players coming in from lower tunnels. And Detona 4-1. The thing is, obviously we look back to Train, they had an 8-2 scoreline on the CT side. That quickly turned into an 8-7, so I wonder if they're going to be able to stabilize here, where previously they let things slip.
That is true. That is definitely something to consider. But again, this is a whole different environment. Nothing really to work with here for Envy into this round. Just pistols, trying to do something gimmicky with a little bit of a cat push. They actually do get past the fire without really any damage taken, so that did lead me to believe they might have a chance to maybe catch Turtle off guard. They do eventually find him, but at the cost of the B-bomb site being entirely forfeited. They will get the kill and maybe get a gun out of it in the middle, but we do have VSM here to perhaps cut them off. The AK was collected by Som. He's now playing over here by Tree. I don't know if he'll be able to carry it over, though. Actually, Fugly's the one who has it on the opposite side over towards Long now, but he did get flanked by Lukazi.
Yeah, there's no way they're saving this unless they kill Lukazi. Molotov comes in, actually pushes Lukazi back in towards T spot. Fugly's waiting, and well, it won't work out. 5-1 for Detona, and they're looking just so much cleaner in these rounds, so much more solid. Obviously, they've been up against, like, you know, awkward buys, not the real full setup out of the side of Envy. It's a little bit hard to judge them off the bat, but they're looking like a team that really didn't let Train affect them mentally. They're still looking extremely composed. They're looking still focused. And I think that's important for Detona, and obviously having a taste of the Pro League in the last season is nice, but they still want to get back there. You want to be able to have the experience of playing against so many of these great international teams. But they still have to hope, though, that a team loses later on the third day. Yeah, that's the unfortunate part.
You got at least put yourself in the dance, though. I mean, that's the big thing here. And a loser, this is not going to be in it. Double op is in play for Envy, something we did see them use to pretty good effect over on Train. Som's going to be that one playing the rotator position. Something that Nifty did play in the past, but now that Sonic's gone and Nifty's back to being the primary opper, he's going to obviously be that guy that is going to be a little bit more dynamic. He's going to float around the map, play different positions over towards the A side, probably most often. Maybe a little bit of mid, but also can rely on Som to do that as the B rotator. Smoke up, but it's not the best of smoke. Still a lot of space for Detona to work with. They want to creep around the edge.
Such a heavy investment, though, with the double op setup, as you mentioned. If this doesn't work, you kind of have to wonder what will for Envy on the CT side. And Detona have really yet to be challenged. I mean, they lost the pistol round. Like, that was a very one-sided round against them with Envy not losing a single player.
Big kill there from Mikosi. Nifty trying to do something here off the A-ramp, puts a smoke down, tries to play around it, but misses another chance. He's still going for it, but VSM eventually sniffs him out. And now it's a 3-on-5 that favors Detona, and it's getting worse with that pick on the Som. So it's another situation where Envy have to take because they don't have any money, and that means Detona's probably going to go up 7-1. This is a much different look than what we saw on Train, and not even close.
Oh. I mean, they're just struggling to get any kills. I mean, you got Fugly on 4, you got Som on 7, 2 for Nifty, 2 for Ellie.
And meanwhile, you're seeing Detona off to the start you'd hope for if you're a fan of that team. Getting good production out of most of the lineup at this point. Pretty tight frag distribution. Going into that round, I think it was between 5 and 4 frags for every single player on the team. And I think as we transition into this next round, it's going to be an even tighter spread at this point. I think it's like between 6 and 4 or something like that. So everyone is teeing off. Yeah, 6 and 5 actually. Wow. So yeah, it's a real tight spread over there. Is that what you want to see?
Especially considering, again, you lose this match, you're out. Oof, there we go. The push comes in. The confidence out of VSM. Obviously just the pistols out of Envy, but they're giving them no quarter, no respect. And they're just punishing them left and right. You kind of have to wonder, Envy, when are they going to take a timeout? When are they going to talk some things over?
Yeah, I think that's probably in the cards, probably next round before they buy.
And even if you don't need to necessarily talk things over, just like ice out Detona. Like, give yourself a chance to breathe. Give a chance for Detona to maybe cool down or just ice them out a little bit.
Something's got to change. Their play has looked really rough in this half. Some of their smokes have even been off, like when they were trying to block off Catwalk in the couple of rounds ago. So just little things like that. They're also losing like most of these opening fights. Like whenever they decided to take the fight at long A corner or different things like that, they haven't been able to not get those opening picks. And that's obviously really hard. I mean, CT side Dust2 is already really hard because, like, once you start losing control of the catwalk stairwell and different things like that, you kind of run out of information and don't really know where Ts are going to be going because they could be, you know, walking catwalk, they could be mid-B splitting. You don't really know. So you kind of have to be proactive to a degree, but if you're losing all those fights when you're trying to take initiative, then that causes a whole different problem.
What's worrying me is that it doesn't seem like there's any confidence at the moment for Envy.
Which is weird because they just made like a huge couple of plays to end that first map with the victory. You would think that they would come in feeling great.
Oh, they're not feeling too great with the 7-1 scoreline at the moment, I'll tell you that. Again, double op setup. It didn't work the first time. Will it work the second try? And if it doesn't, I feel like if you're Envy, you're kind of just running, you're butting your head against a brick wall. Like you're consistently trying these things that are just not working. Maybe to change things up. maybe start to get aggressive on parts of the map that you haven't been before, because what's working,
Wow,
it's not working.
That's insane. Like, that's a really tough miss to have. Like, it's an AK taking the peek against you when you have the AWP and you miss and you die. That is real rough. But great for Detona. I mean, they are doing everything they need to do to be successful here, especially with their tournament life on the line. Great kill there from Fugly, at least evening things up a bit. Ryan still has positioning here on Catwalk, and they don't really expect it. He gets a big kill there on the Lukosi, and he's able to back off. So it's now man advantage for Team Envy, despite Nifty's little bit of a fumble over there at long A. Great recovery. Can they take it all the way, though?
Well, Gism does get shot in the back, but it does open up and alleviate pressure for them to get across towards the site. The problem is Psalm's not rotated in. Tiburcio going to be alone now against 2. 20 seconds left. We'll be able to get the bomb.
Great Molotov to ensure the bomb plan. He also does have a smoke grenade and a flash still left to buy maybe even a little bit more time. Doesn't know who that second player is, though. He doesn't know if he's getting flanked at long A or if it's CT slope. He's got to be real careful.
Oh, but that smoke, I think, actually might help him out. He can play around the edge of it, can block off the player coming in from CT spawn, block off long as well. He just needs his first kill, but unfortunately, Fugly will get it. And finally, Envy do stop the rot. I mean, you're down 7-1, now 7-2. I don't know if you can really trash talk just yet, but hey, they need something going for him, right?
Maybe you can help
the one that's loud.
It can help you pump up your own spirits at least, maybe. Definitely has been a tough start here for the North American side, but finally some victory. Great little retake there.
This is something, by the way, that Tom and I talked about quite a bit last split, was the fact that if you have a player who's kind of emotional and a player that's usually like very loud within the team, when he's not loud, it kind of has like a really negative effect on your team, because obviously like he's frustrated, then you'll get frustrated because he's frustrated, kind of thing. So it's kind of interesting, you know, when you have Sam, who normally is, you know, screaming across the entirety of the room, when he's quiet, I wonder if it has like an adverse effect on his team. And here we go, Nifty looking to not lose the duel this time. Does tag Turtle. More importantly, escapes with his life. I think that's the really important part of this. And they go for 3 players over towards the B site, with leaving Sam in towards middle, so they're really kind of banking on the retake towards the A site. There's really no solid control of short, just comes down to pretty much Sam watching the cross, but luckily for him there's no smoke to block that off. And it seems like it might just be a full long A hit here. Ryan now trying to smoke things up, trying to buy a little bit of time. Sam will be rotated back in towards CT spawn, and they're just walking across. I actually really like this. This is so smart out of them, because they're not really giving up position just yet. Nifty, who maybe doesn't expect him to be that close, is going to fall. Tiburcio gets a blind kill into Ryan, and just like that, Detona have control of the site yet again, and Fugly is already running away, trying to save the weapons into the next round.
Yeah, even though it's not a harsh economic reset like you would have in the old days, it's still really tough to win one, lose one in a situation like this. Holding those 3 guns over is huge, because even with max loss bonus, which they're still going to have in their disposal, it doesn't leave them a whole lot of room. Like, Nifty will still have a good enough amount to be able to get into like a rifle armor, things of that nature, but Ryan is not going to have anything, man. Like, you know, it's not really enough. He's going to have to go like FAMAS armor perhaps, or something like that, to be able to get utility and ensure that he has armor and things of that nature. So really big to save as many guns as you can. And there's also plenty of money for Detona to chase. They know that these players are towards B. They're going to keep 3 towards Pit, but these 2 players now could perhaps clear out some of these rifles. No, not quite. Fugly from the backside will find Tiburcio. Now it's just VSM. Deciding not to go for it just yet. Just kind of chilling out outside the doors. So yeah, Envy will retain 3 weapons. They have enough money to buy 1 more.
It does kind of surprise me, though, they didn't chase that down, considering what Detona have left in the bank.
Yeah, I think they could have been a little bit more aggressive if they wanted to be, but we know how difficult retaking B is on this map, with numbers even, and that's basically kind of the situation you would be in there, trying to basically retake B to get guns down. So I can understand that was kind of a lost cause.
Finally, a timeout comes in.
Yep. Thought it would come a little bit sooner, but it comes nonetheless. Obviously, Envy had the safety net of having won the first map, so that does alleviate some pressure. But obviously, you want to keep your 2-0 dreams alive. You want to not have to work as hard for it.
Well, there's also the possibility that a 2-1 map score can actually prevent you from moving through.
Yeah.
In the finals. We had that with Furia and MIBR with a 3-way tie.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely one of the things that could really hurt you. So that's why the 2-0 is even more of a desire for Envy, especially since they're already 0-1 and kind of have to count on other things going their way from another match to still be in the running. Because again, whoever wins the next match between Singular and ATK goes to 2-0 and has a great chance to go ahead and advance.
Oh, Cowsy.
Wow. This too blind to be able to line that one up. That's a big kill to get for Envy, as they are going to maintain control of long A and force the T's back and do a lot of damage on their way out. That is a great, that couldn't have gone really much better for Envy.
I wonder if that was overconfidence or miscommunication. The fact that he was kind of pushed out by himself, the rest of the team sat back. But look at this, they actually grouped up in middle, going to smoke this off. Nifty trying to just gather some information of what's going down in towards middle. Is being forced back by the Molotov. It leaves Som and Leozili kind of to themselves to defend the B site. In a very difficult position, and the FAMAS coming through. Again, the flashbang's looking really good. But Som's able to fight back. You can still see, though, PRT in a position to punish him, but Som is just getting these kills left and right. Gets the dink on a PRT, but the bomb should be planted. It all comes down, I think, to Tiburcio. I think he heard the player drop in towards tunnels. But he's got 2 to find in CT spawn, and missing that first shot is not going to be ideal.
Oh, he didn't even get away either. That puts all the pressure now on PRT. He does find the first kill towards B tunnels, though, but he's so low on health. There is an HE grenade as well that could find its way onto PRT, and there it is from Fugly. So now, finally, a third round from Envy. It's not street together rounds, but they did win the 2 of the last 3, so they're starting to rise up after the 1-7 start against them.
I mean, it was 8-2 against them on Train.
That is
and
true.
They pulled it back 8-7, so...
So, if that were to happen again, do we just go ahead and assume that we're going to go into 4 or 5 overtimes?
If we go into 4 or 5 overtimes, I am going to feel really bad for Detona if they lose that one again. I mean, obviously, they lose 2 maps, they lose the series, but then they also put themselves out of contention for the Pro League Finals.
Oh, that's a big one for Tiburcio to hit, though, to kind of course correct. That's always tough, man. Crossing B on Dust2 as a CT sometimes is just like, it just feels so rough because you feel like you don't even get to play the game. Like, you have to cross, and then sometimes you're just gonna get caught by an op like that. It's a great feature of Dust2. Just kidding. It's awful.
Oh, wow, double tag.
Yeah, that's nice. Would have been better if he gets 2 kills for one. That would have been real sick. But, you know, hey, we'll take that.
I think he'll be happy with getting damage done at a minimum.
Unless they wind up losing the round and he doesn't even realize that he got to do that unless he watches the demo back, you know.
Probably watches the stream back just to hear us commentating, to be fair.
Maybe. Big fan, I heard.
Flashbang comes through, peeks around the side, and now Ryan's gonna have a chance, and Ryan gets the triple spray down. Giving a real possibility for them to take a 4th round now, but the problem is Tiburcio's been able to get a kill on the Som. The B site's left completely open. The smoke's gonna come in, and they should have this one for free. It comes down to the retake, unless maybe Ryan can get there in time. Are they both going to push the smoke? PRT is not able to make it in. It comes down to Tiburcio. He has the op. He has Nifty on low health. He's been blinded up, though, and I think they did spot him out. And Nifty's going to be watching that position. There you go, Envy. Another round on the board. Put themselves up to 4.
Yep. 2 in a row, 3 of the last 4. Economy is starting to at least get to reasonable levels on the T side. I mean, Detona still has enough money to buy. There's no question about that, but maybe, just maybe, this is where Envy can start chipping away at their opponent. Big play here from Ryan, kind of building off of the damage that Nifty and Som were able to do. Got a good pop flash as well, peeks with it, gets his frags.
I mean, you can expect one pop flash to come through like that, but like the second one, you're not going to expect that, right? You're not going to expect the stack to come through on towards short. So really, I think good use of that misinformation or lack of information out of Detona there. But again, Tiburcio having a good game so far. Lukowski, he's the one who I think really stood out for me, him and VSM, when it came to Train. But it's also nice to see Som able to put in some work, because he technically was like the worst performing player off their first day up against ATK. Yeah,
he also had like a quiet start on Train and really came alive at the end. He kind of helped Nifty win that 2v5 to help them win the map, and also just in general, when he had the second op on CT side of Train, all throughout every overtime half that he played there, had some good kills. So yeah, it's good to see him in action.
We'll double up again, by the way, for Envy.
Yep. Been able to kind of keep that in play pretty consistently. Look at this from Fugly. This is a little bit of a change. Getting sneaky in the lower tunnels, but VSM has caught on to it right away. That's a big kill to grab. Also, PRT is boosted. If he actually decides to peek into here, he would be absolutely blindsided. But I think Ryan is content just to kind of hold that smoke. Oh, is he actually going to do it? Oh, there's no way he's going to read that boost. PRT, that's exactly what that boost was set up for, was to guard against the long push. And so now both aggressive plays from Envy have not gone their way.
Maybe not even the third here. VSM, oh, he's not even looking.
big kill from Nifty. Also no one there to trade back, and also Nifty will now be able to get back and watch this long cross with the AWP, and he's already getting assistance from Sam, who has the second AWP. So even though Nifty and company on Envy were down in 3 versus 5, there is still some chance for them to fight their way back into this round, especially since now they also have Ely over with the M4. Everyone is here ready to go.
Big commitment out of Envy. So all right, Sam. Almost having a chance for a second kill there. You can see completely blinded up when it comes to the smoke being thrown in. They do have a player tucked away in sight, but Nifty has protection of his own smoke. The boost comes through, and it does not work out for the side of Envy. Now it's down to a 3-on-2. You can see Ely trying to push in from CT. I don't think they're actually going to expect him. He actually catches that. I think that was Lukowski. The grenade out, but he still gets a kill nonetheless. Now Nifty, alone versus 3 with an op. 20 seconds left. The bomb will be planted here. He's going to try to go for the stop until we get spammed down through the smoke, and Detona will get themselves up to 9. They will stop the rot, and also look at Envy's money. It is not looking good.
No, it's really not. That was a good little attempt there on that retake on the A-bomb site. I mean, particularly if, like, Ely would be able to catch the player at long, who actually did get caught, like, I think, a nade in his hand, so it could have been kind of a free kill for Ely, but Ely wasn't able to peek out wide enough. Also, the boost from Sam didn't work out. So a couple of things just didn't go their way in the end, but at least Nifty and company gave themselves a chance in the round. But it really just has been the Detona show all half long. Again, good fight distribution across the entire lineup, so firing on all cylinders here. The resilience tournament lies on the line. And as you noted, with the low money from Envy, this is kind of a freebie for Detona to get double digits.
What worries me is the fact that Detona, I think in general their CT sides have been better than their T sides. Able to play extra cheeky VSM. I was honestly expecting some more kills, but either way, they'll still trade one back, still keep the man advantage. Able to deny the weapon, more importantly, from Envy, so they can't secure this one to use against them. But Detona's still determined here to play this one safe, wanting to make sure they can secure this round. They have so much money to spend, though. Lukowski on 10K, PRT on 11. And a weapon will finally be picked up. VSM's AK secured over for Fugly. But all 3 players are going to be sat in middle, so it allows Detona to take the actual site. And I still find it hard for Envy to take this round back, maybe save the weapons.
That's really the key, isn't it? Like, Fugly trying to keep onto this AK is exactly what they really need to try to do. Especially, you know, going to the final round of the half, having that AK would be really beneficial, get you that extra bit of utility. Maybe you could even drop a gun for someone else. Make sure you can put your best foot forward in the next round, even maybe double op. Oh, look at that. Nifty finding an SG. So that even adds even more to it. That would be massive. AK and SG for free for Envy into the final round? Not too shabby.
Yeah, Fugly was able to get the kill into Lukowski, and he spawned to open that up. So they will at least be going into the last round of the half here with a couple of weapons. I wonder if they're going to go back. Well, the thing is, the double up setup for Envy, like, it's worked and it hasn't worked. It's worked in the sense that it's gotten them a couple of rounds, but, like, only a couple of rounds. And obviously they're trying to hope for a little bit more when it comes to CT side of Dust2, but 10-4, I think Detona might be taking us to a 3rd map.
It just depends. I mean, this is definitely one of those maps where you can rack up a lot of rounds on T side. Again, we talked about how hard it can be for CTs to rotate. It's also really hard for CTs to retake B-bomb site in post-plant situations there. So there's a lot of things about the construction of the map that really do kind of lean it towards the T side, I feel like, a lot of the time. So with that said, if Envy can win this final round somehow, and then, like, win pistol second half, they can still be in it, you know? Like, I don't think they're too far gone yet.
I'm a little disappointed we didn't have, like, quad ops. Or the auto sniper used at the start of the round, just saying.
Yeah.
Had the money for it.
That actually happened in EU Pro League today, and then Amanek was able to flank through B tunnels and grab the op and get, like, a key kill on the final round of the half, and they actually won the map because of it.
Well, speaking of key kills.
Now, that's like a rare thing to happen, obviously, but that was just something that kind of funny happened on the European side of things. As you noted, that was a big kill onto VSM from the likes of Ryan, and Ryan will keep it going with that SG, finds a second on to Turtle. Finally, Kazi stops the bleed, but at a huge cost when he gets spotted on that cross. Bomb still has not made it over yet either. Nifty still holding up on Catwalk here. Big shot, doesn't miss that time.
And Detona do have sight. They don't really have much utility to protect this bomb once it goes down, though. It's just the one flashbang of Lukowski. I think Tiburcio's got to be the man to watch here. He's got to hit quite a few op shots. He also has to worry about the player coming in from long A. It's Ely, but he's only on 20 HP, and yet Ely's able to get the kill either way. Leaves on Lukowski with 25 health, and He's going to run straight out into the firing squad. That is Team Envy, and we will see Envy pull off 5 rounds on the CT side.
Yeah, I mean, considering the fact that they were down 8-1 at one point, the fact that it ends 10-5, not too shabby. They basically won like 4 of the last 7, so they had a little bit of a fight there. If they could have just done a little bit more, so those earlier gun rounds, we actually could have had a pretty close contest. But when it's all said and done, Detona have a big lead, exactly what they need as we transition sides for a hope to stay in this series for the good old Brazilians.
Yeah, I think they should be happy about that, considering how close Train was. Obviously, they have a chance to close out this map and take us to Inferno, but we do have to head to short break before we kick off the second half of map 2.
Rich and high. Lex. Yeah. Yo. Got the army with me like Xerxes. Understand you can't hurt me. I got a couple thickies chilling in my room who be shaking it like the twerk team. Ladies, show me where them curves be. Curious, I'm not pervy. Honestly, you and your best friend could go and develop a new twerk scene. Got the army with me like Xerxes. Army with me like Xerxes. Understand you can't hurt me. Understand you can't hurt me. I got the army with me like Xerxes. Understand you can't hurt me. I got a couple thickies chilling in my room who be shaking it like a twerk team. Run straight to my yard and have her up in my bed. Yup, 20 minutes I'm dead. I tell her okay leave, no Snapchat or backchat please. What color is your backpack? Yep, green. Tell your boyfriend he's a white twat G. Shake it. Shake it. Shake it. Let's go. Xerxes. Understand you can't hurt me. Got a couple dickies chilling in my room who be shaking it like the twerk team. Ladies, show me where them curves be. Curious, I'm not pervy. Honestly, you and your bestie could go and develop a new twerk scene like.
And we're now back here with the second half of Dust2. Detona off to a flying start, finishing 10-5 on the T side. And now as they swap over to the CT side, they have to hope to close out this map and take it over to map 3, which would be Inferno, if they want to keep their hopes alive of getting to the Season 10 Pro League Finals over in Denmark.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Envy, though, of course, trying to keep the 2-0 dream alive, because that's going to be important for tiebreakers later on down the line if they wind up going 2-1 in the group against someone else who's in the same position. As there is only one team advancing from this group to those finals, so really need to try to focus up here on Dust2. Trying to think into long air. They've really been stalled out here. They've been able to cross one player to blue bin, but the smokes and such have really made it tough, and they actually decided to back the hell out. Bomb's actually still outside B tunnel, so it seems like that was all a ruse.
They've been able to at least keep 3 players towards the A side as they rotate back towards B. It's all on VSM with the CZ to really get some damage done. Potentially PRT could be on the quick rotate, but with the lack of information, I doubt he's going to be going for that anytime soon, and Team Envy might just get explosive here. VSM, again, he's going to look for these shots. He's got to get, say, a couple of kills to have a good chance for the retake. But they do have a kill to Lukowski. He will get the first kill. We'll get a second as well. Will eventually be overrun, but the rotation is going to be here. PRT able to help out initially, but they have, again, the kit to use, but only a decoy in terms of utility to retake.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's going to come on with him that he can get Fugly down inside the B tunnels. He's up against 2 different CTs. He's actually drawing back now over more towards the site, not wanting to put all their eggs in this basket of facing this too aggressively, but now they both come spilling out. Fugly's got to respond, but he can't. In kind, it is Detona instead, and so they will move up to 11. That's going to give them a big pistol round victory.
They did get it the first half, unfortunately. Yep. They got completely wiped out. Didn't get a single kill, but they do redeem themselves here.
Yeah, indeed they do. Big round to get. I think also, it was kind of sick what VSM did there. He gets the first kill, he does some slick movement to get up top to get the second frag, so I think a lot has to be credited to him. Also just so clean on that retake. 4-on-3s can sometimes be very, very difficult, especially on B side Dust2, but they were able to get every single frag. Lead increases here. Map 3 chances also starting to climb.
Oh my gosh.
But you know what a first round bomb plant means?
SGs.
Indeed they do, and we see the result. Big pick over at Long A to kick things off.
Oh, I kind of don't understand the peak with the incendiary out. Might punish them as they do have a 2-man advantage. Can be turned into only a 1 though as VSM comes in. Nifty tries to pick up the weapon and does back away, but the problem is he's down to 24 HP, so maybe donating this over to someone else would be the ideal play.
Yeah, at least Fugly was able to get into the B-bomb site though. That is so big. He's also spotted the player who dropped down and crowds a crazy headshot there. Ely also finding a kill with the scout. I believe that's still out towards middle. He caught one over through the double doors. Big kill to find. At least Mercy alone here with the M4. And so Team Envy, thanks to the first round bomb plant and the SG buy-up, actually will be finding round number 6 and keeping themselves in a close contest. Obviously, Detona will force buy up next round. It will be even better if Tiburcio can hold on to this M4 to kind of go around all of it. But if Envy survived that force buy, then they would definitely find number 7. And then they would be in striking distance. And no M4 will get saved over. So that is a thing that Envy will not have to worry about.
I mean, we've seen what one gun can do into some of these rounds, so I think it's a very important aspect that they do take that out of his hands to have a kind of a cleaner start, build up a little bit of a stable economy as well to boot. You have a Mac 10 for Ely. 3 SGs and an M4. On the other side, we do have just Deagles, but again, we've seen Detona be successful with just pistols before.
They got a couple scouts though too, so gotta worry about those headshot kills and also assist masters. They can just get the 1 tag. Really opens up those Deagles even more to be dangerous. So not out of the woods yet is Envy. Again, this is that round you have to muscle your way through to get that freebie in the next and to close that gap on the scoreboard. So far, they're doing okay. They did take a good bit of damage onto Ely, but he's their Mac 10 player, so all 4 riflers are still looking strong.
I do have Nifty still watching for any sort of long push. The 4 players grouped up in towards tunnels are looking to make their way in towards this B-bomb site. You can see Lukowski off to the side. VSM trying to bait him in to allow Lukowski to hit some shots. And he might be able to. Gets the first, looks for the second. The spray down not going to work out. Fugly will clean up the 2 kills. They still have 1 more player to worry about. They have no HP between the 3 players.
Oh yeah, it is looking real grim when it comes into that regard. Any little spam damage could be putting them 6 feet deep. And now it's a double tunnels push as well coming into play, which could be a real big problem.
Oh, just stay alive, Ely. That's what he's going to be focused on here. Smoke comes in to prevent them from actually pushing straight in towards the site, but they still get the spray nonetheless through it. They're actually splitting things up. I imagine they're just trying to, let's say, save these weapons.
And they don't have a kit. It's like kind of the real big problem. And then, yeah, like you said, because their economy is so low, if you can carry these 2 guns over into the next round, at least you can pose a small threat rather than just being on like USPs only or something, or P250s only. So Got a little bit scary with the low HP that Envy were working with there through the course of that round, but they do get the job done. They do find that next round.
I think it's still really scary for the fact that if they don't save these 2 weapons, then they have USPs in the next round, and then Envy can build up a little bit of an economy, right?
Yeah.
But now, because they still have some weapons into the upcoming round, it means they have to play really cautious, and that there's a potential to lose some guns, potential to lose some extra money because of that.
It is a Scout and SG that gets carried over by Detona. So it's not, there's not too much bite behind the spark, but there is a little bit. Look at this B tunnels rush here from Envy. They're not messing around. No one's even really there. Now, finally, we do see a couple players drift their way over.
Flashbang through actually allows them to rush in towards the site. ESM's only able to get 1 at the moment, but they still have a couple of players on low health. Salm and Ely, I think they've been tagged up by Tiburcio. And there you go, able to convert it into another kill, so making it costly for the T side of Envy. They didn't invest any money into this round, so already a big win for Detona. They get another tag onto Nifty. 2 players now on 30 or lower, 33 or lower HP.
There's 1 smoke left from Ryan to block off tunnels or something. He needs to use it to help defend this retake because the numbers are not there. There is a smoke on door.
Oh, they're gonna rush in through window. Turtle's able to pull one back. Elido's gonna be watching the flank coming through, and he gets himself 2 and the 3rd kill as well. And what a way for him to show up in the round.
That was a labored victory, though, Jason. Like, those are the rounds you got to win a little bit more cleanly. The fact that they didn't survive with anybody except for Ely means so much rebuying has to take place, which means their economy is still going to be in really dire straits. That really helps Detona out, who still has, you know, a lead of 3 rounds. And they know that they can immediately force Envy into a save situation the moment they can win a round, which could be right here, right now. That all of a sudden you're back up to 13-8, and so you're still just fine. Meanwhile, though, Envy could do just the same. If they win here, they're probably going to hit double digits, and we're going to have a 1-round difference between these 2 teams. Kind of curious to see how Envy were going to set the roles. Usually Android was kind of one of their players towards middle, kind of being one of the entry fraggers. But right now, it's not really mattering. It's just kind of a spawn-based play towards long, being led by Nifty and co. They do get control of the area. A little bit different seeing Sam in B tunnels. Usually Fugly kind of plays that position, but Fugly's actually posted up at middle instead.
Fugly's had kind of a weird series, because if you think back to Train, he had 30 kills pretty quickly in the second half. And then
really
he just,
off.
Yeah, he completely tapered off into overtime.
Ouch, Nifty's taking so much damage through that car. Still alive, though, and they still do have some positioning here over towards long A. They also still have some presence towards middle. Nifty does get across, so does the bomb, so they can go for the plant, but PRT's found a big kill, and Turtle still holds off this catwalk position, so it's not really an A split at this point. It's just kind of a single-focused attack, and everything at mid finally goes according to plan for Envy. It took a bit, but they do get a couple of key kills, and then the bomb can get secured.
And you can see, just with Fugly still being alive in middle, you can tell that look how is on the minimap. He's obviously having to watch his direction. Turtle as well, so they don't get flanked in from behind. Just staying alive here puts so much pressure on the side of Detona that it allows you to be successful for Envy to win the round. You can see the peak comes through, takes down Lucalzi. Now the 2 players might try to push up from short. They take down Nifty, but they're still going to have to worry about Ely. And Ely's going to lose that one. Now Fugly's going to have to rotate back in. If you just stay alive, if you just play for long, then you should be able to close the round out. Molotov comes through. It actually should stop them from defusing the bomb, and they don't have a kit, so yeah, they will win the round. But that should have been much cleaner than it turned out to be.
Yeah, it really should have been. I mean, once Ely and company get those 2 kills and actually get the bomb planted, I think they had a man advantage, and they still had Fugly and lower B tunnels. They had the 2 players on catwalk, especially whenever Fugly catches the kill at mid. That's a round that you should kind of put away and probably not lose any more players in the process. But then the 2 cat players actually come up and kill both players on site. And then that means you stick Fugly in a really difficult position. Because, yeah, he wins around because he had a kind of a GG Molotov, but what if they would have had a smoke to extinguish? Then all of a sudden he's in a 1v2, he has to kind of push forward and you lose the round that you should have won. So definitely these labored wins, they're getting you points on the board, but they're coming at such a great cost, your economy just keeps getting chipped away at. And that's going to really hurt you in the long term. Luckily, this round, they don't have much to work with. So this is where you hopefully can catch back up economically. But if you have another, you know, sloppy round win, then you stay in this situation all the way through. And eventually that could cause you to break.
Well, the way this half's been going, I would be surprised to see Detona get a couple of kills, if not 3 or 4. We're not really seeing Envy get any clean rounds on the T side, and And obviously, like I said, winning the round is good, but thinking long-term, thinking about the macro game,
Yeah.
if you do start to lose some rounds, you're just not going to have the money to buy up. And then when you do finally win a round, guess what? Detona still had a loss bonus built completely up against you.
Yep.
Oh,
Big
that's a
kill
good
from
shot.
Nifty. Yeah, that gets one of the big rifles, or but one of the big guns, I should say, out of the hands of Detona for the rest of the round. Actually, does get picked up by VSM, so hold the phone on that.
Oh, we know he cannot. We know he can hit these shots, and he does take down the first. He doesn't have anyone to watch short for him, unfortunately, and Sam just boosts up, gets over the top, and now they know that there's going to be another player backing towards CT. And Sam, well, he will make this round relatively cleanly, all onto Lukowski. Just the deagle.
So there you have it. Envy do reach those double digits, and it seems like it's going to come at a very low cost. They've only lost one player so far. If they can carry over all 4 of these weapons over, that'd be huge, but Lukowski might catch Fugly way off guard. Indeed, he does. Now he can grab that SG and perhaps even get away with it. No one's really pushing through, but hey, saving 3 guns, including an AWP and 2 SGs, pretty solid for Envy. Helps them be able to save some money on those 3 players for the long term. But getting a free SG to the CT side of Dust2 is quite nice for Detona. They can get an AWP with that, and you know, obviously everyone else will M4 and utility up, and then they can finally show us something. I feel like they haven't really had an opportunity to show what they're made of on the CT side just yet. Not the way that has played out so far, with like kind of the scrappiness of like winning pistol then losing round 2 to an SG buy. They've only had like 1 true buy round, I feel like, since then. So this is kind of their chance to finally do something.
I mean, again, even with Envy pick up the rounds, they're just not clean, so they can't really be super confident off of that.
Yeah, exactly.
They're always having that worry of, if we lose one round, what's it going to do to us?
Oof. Also, Nifty's been really quiet on Dust2 in comparison to Train. 9 and 14. It's got to put those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers, if we're making a reference to Wolf on Wall Street. So he needs to get that WP in motion, which we know he's very capable of. We saw it happen time and time again on Train.
Well, likewise, Fugly's on 16, so he's kind of continuing his reign when it came to Train. He's going to be leading his team. Turtle, get a little flashbang comes through. They're not actually checking him directly, and he gets some tags, but he will fall, giving the man advantage back again to Envy.
Yeah, good job there by Envy. They got him isolated really nicely with that smoke on the corner. And now there is the Opper stuck at Game Helper. Molotovs will come in. He is burning, and he does go down. Great use of utility by Envy to lock off and isolate players at long and get both the frags and get a 5-on-3. That is really well done. That's a lot neater of a start to a round for Envy.
Also, they kind of waste a smoke for Detona.
Yep.
They try to obviously smoke off the Molotov, but they got the shot either way out of Fugly, so.
It couldn't have really gone better for Envy. I mean, this is finally one of those rounds, kind of like last round, they might win very confidently. That's going to allow them to keep building bank and also force Detona into safe position.
Wow,
that Envy can take the lead.
Rotating the bomb back towards T-spawn to hit towards B, leaving Ryan over towards A. Making some noise, will
Problem is that he never left. He's still here at B. Doesn't get a kill, though, so it's still a round victory for Envy.
I'd imagine for Detona, you gotta save these weapons, or try to. PRT's down to 21 health. Fugly, though, in the meantime, is trying to flank in towards short, and he actually has a chance to catch them out. You can see PRT was sitting towards car. Actually, he's gonna back in towards long now, so won't have a chance for the kill, at least at the moment.
Well, those situations where you kind of want to chase because then you know it's a full save next round.
Money, though.
But yeah, exactly. That's the other problem. It's like the risk versus reward. Maybe Fugly eventually decides to take a peek over towards Game Helper and such, just to kind of do something where they actually both fade back over towards long. So yeah, there will be no more fights breaking out this round. Envy will carry over 4 weapons. Detona will have an AWP and an SG and then some upgraded pistols to work with in the following round. But what you can't take away from Envy is that they tied up the game, and there's a very good chance they're going to find a lead, something that they have never had. Well, except for the 1-0 start, yeah.
But that wasn't really a lead, let's be honest. I think kind of the story of the game so far has basically been Detona the ones with the lead, and then they're the ones faltering. And then Envy take it back.
There's been a couple of different times throughout these last couple of days where they've cracked under the pressure, where it felt like they were in good position to take a W, and then they just couldn't put the finishing touches. Now they will take a time out here to talk about things. They know how tense this game is getting. They know that their tournament lives are very much on the line now. It seemed like a foregone conclusion for a bit there that we were going to see a third map, the way things were playing out throughout the bulk of that first half. Especially when you add on the fact that they won second half pistol. The lead increased even more. But now, all of a sudden, that 2-0 dream for Envy is back on the table, which is exactly what they need to at least have a shot at still being in contention for the LAN finals.
And technically still, I mean, the loser of this match has an important part to play in the grand scheme of things of how Group A is going to go, because you can technically still play spoiler.
Sure. That's not nearly as satisfying.
Yeah, I mean, Detona plays up against ATK, so if ATK win their match today up against Singularity, then they can potentially force them on a 2-1, which means we potentially will have 3 teams on 2-1 if Envy can win their match. Actually, no, 2 teams, because if Envy win their match then against Singularity, then they'll be 2-1, and Singularity will be 1-2. And then we had Envy lose to ATK, so ATK would actually get through in that situation.
Yeah, so there's a lot of different ways it could all shake down, but we got to focus on what's in front of us here, which is...
I was already hurting my head just doing that explanation.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm going any deeper than that.
Yeah, like a beautiful mind over there.
Oh, wow. PRT.
It's a lot of damage.
Yeah. 16 health.
He's still hanging around, though, and he actually gets the kill. All right, then.
I'm not sure that should be allowed. That should happen.
Yeah.
Like,
very ballsy stuff there, and it pans out for him. So that's a big 5-on-4 advantage here for the Brazilian side. Defense still gets to kind of just maintain position at this point, and Envy really have nothing to work with. Ryan has a forward angle, but Turtle could easily find him out. And if Ryan doesn't check this left side, then he could be in a lot of trouble. Oh, smoke fades, and Ryan does get the kill. That's a big one to get it back into a 4-on-4. Now they actually threaten Tiburcio a lot. Now he has to worry about a long A push, and he's supposed to worry about the cat cross because PRT is still focused on holding mid from CT spawn.
looks like he will turn his attention towards long A.
Basically forfeits the site, but that's important because he can maybe catch a kill on the cross, and if you can just stay alive and fall back and he gets a kill, then you have a 4-on-3 retake opportunity. But no, he gets completely flashed out of the equation.
Time, then he gets the bomb down here.
Smart to plant that way.
Fugly again gets another kill. That's a second of the rounds on to VSM and Lukowski, and Fugly has continued to play here, continued to step up when they needed him. 3 kills now in the round, puts Envy back in the lead at 12-11. And what a start. I mean, yeah, if you're Tiburcio, if you don't have that second flashbang come through, it most certainly should have been an initial kill. And with time, with what was left on time.
I'm actually kind of surprised. When the first flash came out, I thought he might just tuck tail and run. But it's like so hard retaking 4-on-4. Like you really want to get that kill and have a 4-on-3 retake and maintain long A position. Just didn't quite work out. Too good of flashbangs from Envy. Really efficient trading. Only lost 1 player on the round. Big kills from Fugly in particular. Now you're up, and I mean, there's enough money there for Detona to buy, but you're going to be missing a lot of things. You're going to be missing utility. You're going to be missing maybe a second op if you wanted to ever have one. Although, to be fair, Detona haven't really prioritized double op play throughout these last couple of days, so it may not really phase them in that regard. But then, obviously, if you lose this next round, then you do have to take a save, right? And that's where Envy can creep up to 14, and then you're playing for tournament life the very next round on what could be your last full buy. So this is the round that Detona really need to hang around this game. That's a big kill as well. Tiburcio taking a big peek at mid. And they have lower beat, but Tunnel's push. And he catches Fugly with a nade out. This is looking grim for Envy.
For Detona here, you need to not let this slip. You need to not lose this round now after having a 2-man advantage. And with Fugly at 20 kills and with him already dead, you have a very good chance to hold on to this. Nifty's going to be able to fight back, takes the head clean off of VSM before being dropped down to 6 HP. Still not in favor of Envy at the moment. You have a 2-man stack towards short. Envy with 1 minute and 10 seconds left, looking for an avenue to push in towards one of these sites, and it might come down towards long.
Yeah. I mean, they're definitely going to be able to get long and blue bin and things of that nature, but it's about actually making the cross to A that's really going to be the question. And then Nifty still has this op over at B.
Yeah.
And I'm curious, I mean, he can maybe get a 1v1 against Lukowski's SG, and if he can win that fight, then things get interesting all of a sudden. Because then the defense has to start splitting up.
That was one of their 2 smokes as well, so it's not like they're going to be able to smoke the cross off completely now.
Oh, he spotted him.
Did you see the second?
Nah, he didn't, so he gets caught by the window player. But this has split the defense a bit. It means that it's all on these 2 players who are still at A. They don't have any real reinforcements in good positions just yet. But as time passes, you're going to see PRT drift back. So, yeah, that B little play did not help out at all. Oh, they could not cross. They didn't have the added smoke to cover it entirely on the cross. And there you have it. Turtle catching the kill. And that is a tied-up game once more upon us. Starting to feel real similar to perhaps some other games we've casted so far these past couple of days. Starting to really feel it.
Hey, It's your casting this time instead of doing analysis like in the first split.
You know, I enjoy both.
Let's be honest, you enjoy casting more because you're with me.
I mean, if that's what helps you, then yeah, we'll go with that.
You didn't say no, so I'll take it.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I leave it kind of open.
At the moment, middle's being left open for Detona.
But my heart kind of belongs to one man. That's old Vince Hill out there. So shout out to my boy.
Little do you know he's cheating on you.
I mean, he could be. I don't know.
Him and Tom, DreamHack. That'd be like the
That'd be the ultimate
betrayal.
Yeah.
Speaking right now, what's happening? Tiburcio still pushed up. He need to hit that
Big
next
miss.
shot. PRT still would be tucked away in the site to defend this one. They still have, though, Fugly to flank in from middle, and he actually might have a go time here.
They actually still don't have that smoke, though, for the full cross. So like, there's still that gap taking place. They threw one smoke that landed like on the platform. It's all going to really come down, I think, to Fugly and what he's able to accomplish. I feel like that's kind of the linchpin.
Or PRT.
That's fire. It's hot.
Well, he's lit at the moment, gets 2 kills. Now it's Fugly in a 1-on-2 with 50 seconds left. He knows where PRT was. He doesn't have the bomb, though, unfortunately. And actually, PRT, or VSM is going to be peeking at a good position. And that's going to be Detona taking the lead back. And also, not a lot of money left for Envy anymore.
Nope. That is certainly the case. They do have enough to still buy, though. I will say that. There is still that chance they can buy right back. But it's definitely going to lack a lot. And so we are seeing Detona here in the home stretch after losing many rounds in a row, 7 in a row to be exact. They have been able to win the last couple, and that's made the world of difference. They take the lead back. They do have Envy up against the ropes a bit because Envy's economy is starting to drain. It's not quite all the way gone, but definitely they're going to start running out of options here soon. And so that means Detona, all of a sudden, they could very well be pushing us into a third map that is now back in the cards.
You can almost see a sigh of relief on their faces, too.
Yeah.
These rounds they've been able to get.
Especially considering how they lost a couple of rounds. Like, they lost that one round. They actually had man advantage. So it's good to see them get back on the board. You can see what I was talking about here. Envy have really limited utility, and one other player is on a Mac 10.
Oh, Fugly. There's no way they're going to expect this. But is he going to expect the boost up behind the smoke? No, but he actually hears them drop. But somehow PRT still gets the kill.
It's tough, too. And also, Envy would love to pull the trigger on a B rush when they see that 2 players are focused on middle, because you think, oh, there might just only be 1 B. But the utility stops them, and now they are rerouting a little bit. Nifty trying to see if he can find something up catwalk here. There is one player on the side. He doesn't know that yet, though. Now he does with that smoke coming in, but that smoke will stop him from advancing further. Meanwhile, the B push is not going well. They don't even check the car position, and everything has gone horribly wrong. At least if you're Envy. And there's no money to buy the next round as well as the big problem. So Detona, they've gotten 14 guaranteed, and I mean, if you're Envy, you're probably forced by next round. You kind of have to, because you don't want to give free map point away, but at what cost? You're not going to have really anything to work with. It's like one of those few times where I might just save and play for overtime, just because you're not going to have anything.
I was wondering if Nifty might try to save the weapon, even though there was a minute of time left on the clock, just to have something into the next round if they did force in. No way you're going to fight your way out of this one, unfortunately, for him. And that would be Detona getting onto 14. No money to use on the side of Envy.
Yeah, it's like, here's the thing you have to think about. Like, do you force buy? Because you don't want to give away free map point, which is usually the decision that is actually made, and it makes a lot of sense to do that. But think about it. You won 7 rounds in a row at one point. And you could save here, and you could have a full buy on the next round, and you could just run it 3 and get it over overtime. Like, what's more likely to you? Running 3 rounds in a row to get into OT, or force buying here and playing for the win in regulation? They decided to do the second option, or first option. I'm not sure which one I said in what order, but they're going to save this round. That's my point.
First option.
Yeah, I mean, they did get a couple of pistols, but they are playing for OT.
But there's a third option.
Go on.
Where they save and win the round.
Yeah, there is that. It's very unlikely, but it could happen if they catch a couple of nice 1-deeks. Already lost 1 player along the way, though.
No utility to use to get into the site. Just kind of jumping across. Tiburcio, he's not going to miss too many shots, I would imagine. Also, PRT will be there to help assist, but that will be Turtle going down, but it's all in the hands of Nifty now with 4.
Ooh.
Now 3 left to find. He's got to hope for a couple of more shots to come through to have a chance here. ESM trying to jump shot him. He They're gifting nifty chances, but unfortunately for him, he's not able to get the final kill into Tiburcio that they needed to.
Also, Lukazi had like the flank on Catwalk in the midst of all that, so he was kind of the insurance policy of the round. And so here it is. It's all on this. Can we see Envy march it 3 in a row now that they have saved and they have the money to buy? Or is Detona going to force a third map? They will have 3 map point opportunities to do so. And they are starting to find their form here on the CT side. They've won the last 4 in a row. Seeing PRT continue to play well. VSM has come alive. Tiburcio still exactly where you expect him to be. Turtle right there as well. Pretty tight frag spread, really. Meanwhile, it's kind of the Sam and Fugly show on the Envy side of things. We've seen Nifty really cool off since Train. Ely continues to struggle. Ryan, who was really good in all of the games yesterday and had a pretty good map on Train, also has fallen behind. All on this.
I mean, if I didn't just see a quad overtime, I would say this should be Detona winning, but I'm not going to count Envy out, to be honest.
No. T side, Dust2, where you have good economy, it's still tough to deal with on the CT side.
Just sees the double cross. Detona going for the early control of long A. Detona have been actually leaving like a giant gap in middle quite a few times, and we saw in their match yesterday against Singularity be used against them.
The thing is, like, you just saw them also do that double stack in mid as well, so I feel like Envy are still a little bit weary of trying to challenge mid too aggressively early, and also they know that they have to win every single round, so doing like really risky plays like that, you're so deterred from doing so. Like, you want to play it safe as much as you can, but you also need to take some initiative. You can't just like sit back, burn the clock, not gain anything along the way, and there you have it. Sam gaining a lot right there on PRT's face.
Round's not done just yet, though. They still have 4 players left to find, with Tiburcio is going to be the one over towards Car at the A site, looking to shut down this short push. Luckily for them, it's just 1 player to defend. You can see Turtle's going to be over towards long doors, so as long as you can eliminate Tiburcio from getting, you know, 2, 3, 4 kills, then
all you gotta do is just kind of smoke the cross, maybe smoke CT spawn to do like a threat of a drop play, and then you just flash him off the corner.
No.
But yeah, the flank up cat is definitely a real threat.
Molotov will stall things up. Flashbangs as well. He gets the first kill. Turtle's here, and he's looking to close this out. He gets the first kill, but the smoke's going to be there to actually block off his vision. Now there's a player behind and a player in front. Luckily, the player in the front has backed away towards long A, though, so a chance to plant the bomb. Going to be coming in for Envy. Nifty's going to be the one to do this, but they have no safe haven, nowhere to run. They have to sit on the side and watch so many different angles. They have to hope that Sam can get this kill, but he's not able to. Turtle secures that one. Tiburcio from long gets another. Now it's all at Nifty. It gets 4, not 3, but he's got a lot of players to find here to keep Envy in the running on Dust2. Lukazi comes in, he gets that kill. Now he spots out VSM, but he can't get the kill. And Detona will, in fact, take us to a 3rd map.
Yeah, it wasn't always a sure thing. It seemed like they would after a big first half, but Envy fought tooth and nail to put themselves in a position to perhaps 2-0, but in the end, they stumbled right by the finish line. A big run of rounds from Detona at the tail end of the